Is it hot enough for you? I'm going to say one thing right up front. Folks, first of all, welcome. It's Monday. Welcome to Time Out Over Time on the Time Out Over Time YouTube channel. I'm Russ Knoll. If you haven't done so yet, please get down there in the corner, smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you very much. The weather coming in and out of the heat, into the AC all day, has wreaked havoc with my sinuses and my voice. There may be times when I'm talking and there's nothing coming out, but I'll do the best I can. I'm sorry. I'm sneezing all day too. But another thing too, I've been doing this now for about 14 months. By the way, we're at the Frank Beck Chevrolet Studio Annex. I don't want to forget that. Been doing this now for about 14 months. And I don't think I've ever had to do a podcast with the weather being like it is. I'm not sure what all the heat and humidity, if that will have an effect on what I'm doing here. If it doesn't take for whatever reason, we have technical issues, I'll attempt to do it again tomorrow. As you know, I attempted to do a show last week. I did a 20-minute show on Wednesday with the storm approaching coming in, and Mother Nature wiped it out. So doing a little research, yes, indeed, Mother Nature in all its in all of its glory, if you will, does have the ability to wipe out my podcast. It's just the way it is. Anyway, I'm going to attempt to do this 10 or 12 minutes or so, mainly Tiger talk today. So I think we're all set to go, and let's do this for the good folks at Frank Beck Chevrolet. There we go. Before you head out on vacation this summer, you need to hit the Frank Beck Chevrolet. Why? You need to let the service pros there make sure your vehicle is ready for the summer trips. You know, now's the time to have that air conditioning. Pardon me, of course, the air conditioning, as well as the tires, windshield wipers, etc., etc. And if you think it's time for something new, Beck's has a great selection of both new and pre-owned models, and they are all specially priced. For sales and service, give Beck's a call at 517-849-2886 or stop by Frank Beck Chevrolet on M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville, or on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Stop on out and experience the Frank Beck Chevrolet difference. Great idea. Before you head out, whether you have a trip in this great state of ours or this great country of ours, get in there, let them check your vehicle out, make sure it's roadworthy. You won't have any problems. Better safe than sorry. That's a great advice. So, Frank Beck Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Of course, Chevrolet Drive, Southern Michigan. Indeed, Frank Beck Chevrolet is the #1 selling Chevrolet dealer in our tri-state area. We're also brought to you in part by Barrett Insurance on the corner of M99 and US 12 in downtown Jonesville. That's BarrettINS.com. Protecting your dreams. Barrett Insurance, 517-849-1000. On the corner of M99 and US 12 in downtown Jonesville. BarrettINS.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. All right, here we go. A couple of things out of the way before we talk Tigers. I'm sure by now you all know that the Oklahoma City Thunder are the this year's NBA champions. They defeated the Indianapolis Pacers last night after Tyreke Halliburton went down with what appeared to be an Achilles injury. Pacers didn't just lose him for the game. They lost him more than likely for most of the next year, most of the 2025-26 season. It's hard to envision him playing at all next year. Usually an Achilles injury, it takes a good 12 months to recover from that. I'm not a doctor, but that's too bad. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. I think what it does do, though, is make the East much more wide open than it was this year. Given the uncertainty with the Knicks, they don't have a coach yet. Now the Pacers don't have Halliburton. And that leaves the Celtics and, of course, the Cavaliers. I think with the trade that they made, I think the Magic might have gone ahead of the Pistons. We'll see. When is the draft? Next week? NBA draft? I think it is. Uh, so we'll see what Trajan Langdon does. If he attempts to trade back up into the first round. Free agency, we'll see what happens there. So, yeah. All in all, I'd have to say it was a successful basketball season in Detroit. We're glad to see. Keep one thing in mind, too. They'll have Jaden Ivey back for the start of next year. I think that'll make a big difference. So much for basketball. That's you won't see any more basketball now until what, next month? The summer league out in Las Vegas. That's always entertaining. You get to see all 30 teams will be participating in that. You'll see a lot of good young talent. Get that. So anyway, if you haven't heard too, the Athletics, who are in Detroit now, will play the Tigers the next 3 days, are breaking ground tonight in Las Vegas on their new stadium, on the new Dome Stadium, their new facility. Apparently, Commissioner Manfred will be there. And what is it, $1.75 billion stadium? No. Right on the Strip. I think it's where the old Tropicana was. Did I hear that? I think so, yeah. And it would be right on the Strip, where the site, I think, where the previously where the Tropicana Hotel and Casino was. I'm pretty sure that's where it's going. Well, anyway, they're breaking ground tonight, 8 o'clock Pacific time. That'd be 11 o'clock our time. I don't know if you'll see that. You'll probably see highlights of it on ESPN or whatever. But yeah. So until then, there's still the Athletics, or if you will, the Sacramento Athletics. But once the new stadium is up and running, it's really like 3 years from now. I think they want to start the 2028 season there. They will henceforth after that be known as the Las Vegas Athletics. Oh, okay. So before we talk a little bit of Tiger talk here, the rest of the way, as you know, I wouldn't be doing this without the help, assistance, and patience from a good man at Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale. That'd be Tim Lindley, Landley. He and his assistants. Folks, this is the only place around here to go for any technical help you need. There is no other place. This is the man to see. Technical issues, they're more than capable of resolving any issues you might have. 517-610-5372. Anything, computers newer used, flat screen TV mounting, programming, perhaps you're changing internet providers, you need that installed, printers newer used, anything at all. Please get in there and see them. 37 Waldron Street, downtown Hillsdale, right across the street from Fat Jack's Automotive, about 100 yards west of Howell Street. The only place around here to go for technical assistance, sales, service, issues, whatever you have. They're more than capable of resolving whatever issues you have there. Again, 517-610-5372, or better yet, get in there and see them at 37 Waldron Street, downtown Hillsdale. When you do, tell them me and Miggy sent you. Thank you very much. Tigers. Lost 2 out of 3 this past weekend in Tampa, as I'm sure you know. And Jack Flaherty, once again, got shelled. He's given up, 14 or 15 runs in his last 2 games. He looks like he's out there pitching home run derby. He's lost his command. He's getting behind a lot of hitters. He went through a stretch there, 4, 5, 6 games, when he looked like he was back to his old self, the way he was pitching last year. I don't know what happened to this guy. He's completely fallen off the shelf right now. If his coach, Chris, and see, that's another thing. I'd like to be able to pick Chris Fetter's brain, his pitching coach, to see what he has to say about it. But Tiger coaches don't do interviews. None of the coaches. That's simply the way Adrian Hinch has it set up. His coaches simply don't talk to the media. I'd like to hear what Chris Fetter's spin is on all this. I'm sure he's working with him. We'll find out now. Skubal pitches tomorrow night against the Athletics. Flaherty will pitch Wednesday night, weather permitting. Thursday afternoon looks like another bullpen game. That's another thing. The Tigers have been battling Mother Nature in the winter. Last week they had that 3-game series with Pittsburgh. They won the first game. The second game was rained out, stormed out, or whatever you will, and then they played a doubleheader the next day. They had several rain delays in that doubleheader. Then the second game went extra innings, so they didn't get to Tampa where they had to play the next day. They didn't get into Tampa till about 4 a.m. I think maybe that might have had an effect on them too. But and of course, they got a bit of a scare yesterday in the game that they won. Casey Mize was okay; he was all right. He came out after 5 2/3 with what turned out to be a cramp with all that heat and humidity in Tampa. He was cramping up, and that's understandable. We haven't seen heat like this around here in a while. Didn't help any too that the entire month of May and the first part of June was cold. It was rainy. It was early June. I still had my furnace coming out in the morning. 2 weeks later, look what we got now. Yeah. Now you wonder why people are sick. I'm losing my voice. I think I attribute it all to this. But anyway, this heat and humidity is rough on everybody. Yesterday at Wrigley Field in Chicago, the game between the Mariners and the Cubs, they lost an umpire. They lost a member of the grounds crew. And one of the Mariner relief pitchers all went down with heat-related issues yesterday. That's how hot it was in Chicago yesterday. This is dangerous heat, dangerously hot, especially if you're a senior and you don't have access to air conditioning. Go to Perennial Park, go to the senior center, take a good book with you, spend the whole day in there and the whole night if you have to. I think they're open 24/7 now because of this heat. Either that or go to the hospital. Sit in the hospital all day in the waiting room out there. Take a good book with you. Or you can sit there and watch TV, whatever, but get out of the heat. Please, folks, get out of this heat. It is dangerously hot. We haven't had heat like this for a long time around here. Anyway, I got sidetracked talking about the heat. As far as the Tigers go, this team, I think, will look a lot different after the trade deadline on July 31st. With the Athletics coming in here the next 3 days, I'm going to throw a name out at you that I think they should pursue at the trade deadline. A designated hitter / outfielder, 30-year-old Brent Rooker. That's Rooker, right-handed batter. He's hitting about 275, 280, 15 home runs, 45 RBI, OPS well over 800. I think he'd be a great platoon in right field with Kerry Carpenter. And speaking of Kerry Carpenter, by the way, I have my concerns about him. I think that hamstring is bothering him. And I think what the Tigers should do is put him on the 10-day injured list. Let him see if he can't run. Watching him run, he doesn't look right. And I think that's what's affected his. Since he had that 3 home run game in Chicago, a couple of weeks ago, he just hasn't done much since. And I think that hamstring is bothering him. They could play Wenceel Perez, who's been going very well since he came back off the IL. He's a switch hitter anyway. Let Perez play right field. I think they should shut Carpenter down for the next 10 days. Let him rest that hamstring. Gleyber Torres continues to lead the All-Star voting at second base, rightfully so. The guy's had a great year. He's been phenomenal. More walks than strikeouts. On base percentage is darn good. To me, so far, he's been the heart and soul and bread and butter of this team so far. He's kind of like the straw that stirs the drink. I thought it would help, but I didn't know he would be this good. And shame on the Yankees for ever letting him get away. I'm sure a lot of Yankee fans are thinking that right now, especially if he's the starting second baseman in the All-Star game. He's going to make a lot of money come next year. I'd like to see the Tigers consider bringing him back, but we're getting way ahead of ourselves here. And I think this team is going to look a lot different come August the 1st. They need another starter. Reese Olson has one more rehab start to go in Toledo before he gets back. Casey Mize, we'll see. I mean, he did okay yesterday. His ERA is still under 3. He did not get the win yesterday because they didn't take the lead till the 7th inning. But and again, yesterday they had a rain delay in the 9th inning there. And if you look at the weather forecast for here, I think they're okay for tomorrow night. But Wednesday night, weather could be an issue again. That's all they need to do is have another rain out on Wednesday night and have to play another doubleheader on Thursday. The Athletics don't come in here. This is their only trip in here. So they would have to can't get the game in Wednesday. They'd have to play another doubleheader on Thursday. It's hard to fight Mother Nature. It really is. But boy. Anyway, have I said everything I want to say about the Tigers? I think so. Like I said, Casey, Spencer, Tarek Skubal will be starting tomorrow night. Flaherty on Wednesday. Let's hope he can get his shit together and come up with a pretty good game against the Athletics. Although they're in last place, they're still a pretty good hitting team, folks. Keep your eye on Brent Rooker. That's the one guy I think the Tigers should pursue at the trade deadline. They need a right-handed bat, and I think this guy can help them. He's 30 years old, bats right, throws right. He's having a good year, and I think you could platoon him in right field with Kerry Carpenter. One could play right field one day while the other one was DHing, and vice versa. So, food for thought. I'm sure that as we speak, Scott Harris is doing his due diligence. He's under a lot of pressure at the trade deadline because if he's going to do anything, this is his year to get to the World Series and win it. Because I still firmly believe it's more than likely, sadly, Tarek Skubal's last full season in Detroit. It looks that way anyway. So I think he'd go for it. He's got to go for it this year. Go for the whole ball of wax, try to win the whole thing. That's why I'm looking at it. As we speak right now, the Tigers are still 19 games over 500. They've got a sizable lead, 8.5 over Cleveland in the American League Central. Power rankings, before we get out of here, power rankings. Surprisingly, in the MLB power rankings, I was surprised when I woke up this morning and looked at this. The Tigers are still ranked number 1, in spite of the fact that they just lost a weekend series at Tampa. The writer goes on to say, considering this is a franchise that lost 114 games just 6 years ago, the Tigers aren't going to freak out about a little 3-game losing streak. By the way, they've had three-game losing streaks this year. Never more than 3. That's one of the reasons they are where they are. After their Saturday loss, A.J. Hinch amusingly simply snipped, well, Sunday noon, come watch us if you're here. If you're not, watch us on TV. We have a good team. We'll be fine. And he was right. The Tigers won yesterday, 9-3. The Tigers will be fine. That's what they write about them. The Dodgers are second. They were previously 5th. They've gone up 3 spots. The Cubs are 3rd. That's right where they were last week. The Phillies are 4th. They were 6th last week. Coming off of their series win against the Mets this past weekend. The Mets are 5. They were last week. They were 2. Astros are 6. They were 7. Yankees are 7. They were 4. So they've dropped 3 spots. The Rays have come up 2 spots. They're ranked number 8 right now. They were 10. The Giants are 9. They were 8. They're running out the top 10. You've got the Brewers, who were 11 last week, so they're up 1 spot. Okay. Tigers still, and that's a little bit surprising, still rated as far as the MLB power rankings, number 1 this week. They've got you want to look quickly at the next 4 series. They've got the Athletics here for 3. Friday night, they begin a 3-game series, division series with the Twins, Friday night, Saturday night, and the Sunday game. If you look on your schedule, the game this Sunday with the Twins, the starting time says 1:40. Well, it's been flexed. MLB and ESPN have flexed that 1:40 start Sunday afternoon to 7:10. Tigers and the Twins this coming Sunday will be Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. So mark that down. Don't forget about that. Yeah, then they go next week. They've got 3 games in Washington, and then 4th of July weekend they've got 3 games in Cleveland. That Saturday game in Cleveland on July the 5th has been changed to a 7:15 start on Fox. That's the Fox game of the week. Look, as long as the Tigers continue to do what they're doing and are where they are, this isn't the last time. You're going to see the rest of the season. You'll see games flexed to put the Tigers into prime time. I can assure you of that. But so just give you a heads up on that. Remember, the game this Sunday is Sunday night on ESPN, and then July the 5th. It's a week from Saturday. That's a 7:15 game on Fox. So just keep that in mind. I'll remind you of it the closer we get to it. That's going to do it. I think that's about it. Let me get out of here. I don't have any voice left. No. I hope you were able to hear me all right. I apologize for the voice. I apologize for any technical issues we may have had due to the weather. That's out of my control. So I'll talk to you all again on Wednesday if I have any voice left. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Remember to tell your friends, like and subscribe, like and share, whatever. But I can't thank you enough for your support. I've got 100 subscribers, almost 100 subscribers right now. We haven't been doing that this long, but thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget Saturday morning here locally on WCSR 92.1 FM with Andy and Jed on the Time Out Show. And like I said, I'll talk to you all again on Wednesday. So until then, boy, please treat each other with respect. Have a good rest of your evening. Remember, stay cool, stay hydrated. We will get through this. Again, thanks so much for watching and listening. And until Wednesday, good night, everybody, and go Tigers.